I will point out that if I were to do it over again, before I made any upgrades outside of a saddle, I think I would highly recommend taking your bike to a local bike shop, whatever it is, ask them if they'd be willing to help you fit the bike to you. In other words, get a bike fit, and try to determine whether or not the bike geometry is really what you want to keep, really what you want as a baseline for whatever upgrades you might consider doing in the future. So, kind of regardless of the price, the initial purchase price that you put into the bike, being the only contributing factors to saying, as an example, I bought this bike for $320. I'm not going to spend $300 on a set of wheels for it, because who would do that? Don't use price alone as the only factor when deciding, should I upgrade or should I not? Get yourself a bike fit. Find out if that bike is really the right bike for you, and also whether or not the bike has a light enough frame. In other words, if you're buying something through Kmart or something like that, and the bike weighs 30 pounds, dear Lord, don't go out and spend any money on upgrades to something like that. On the other hand, if you've got a fairly decent entry-level aluminum bike, and I feel mine is a fairly decent entry-level aluminum bike, and its weight is within, let's say, anywhere from 22 to 24 pounds. Anything much heavier than that, I probably wouldn't want to throw money into, because it's just too heavy a bike. And the bike fits you correctly, then you got a good film. You have a good frame to literally build on, and something lightweight enough. Boy, this guy can't drive for shit. Right. So if you've got a frame that's light enough and fits you, then you really do have a really good basis for your upgrade components to sit on. So, like I said, going back in time, if someone were to guide me, I would love that advice. Would it have changed what I ultimately ended up doing, which is upgrading this bike in the way I did? I don't know, because I haven't done the bike fit. But I do know that the bike frame, the bike altogether weighs something like 23 pounds, which I think is not a heavy bike. So, for me, I'm okay with it, and I've got a seat that I'm comfortable with now. So yeah, for me, I'm going to upgrade this bike with any components I so desire. So beyond that, I don't think there's much in the way of any way of really quantifying what kind of upgrade should I make to my bike, what should I do to my bike. You know, if you start from day one and you have an unlimited budget, you're going to get exactly what you want in a road bike. And it's going to go unchanged for a very long time. You won't have to worry about the wheels on the bike, the group set on the bike, the brakes on the bike, anything else. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with breaking into road biking on something of a budget and improve as you go. I mean, after all, if you are just getting into road biking, one of the biggest improvements that's going to happen automatically as long as you're riding is yourself, your skills, your power, your strength, your endurance, all those things. Talking about upgrades this morning, I talked a little bit about the basic component that just about everybody upgrades, changes out when they buy a bike, and that of course is the saddle. I think the next category of upgrade, and that would be the item that if it doesn't come with the bike, you're going to want to consider as you ride the bike for any length of time. That upgrade is into the pedals. If your bike comes with flat pedals, I think after a certain amount of time, either through experiences with other riders or your level of interest in the sport, you start to investigate and discover the benefits of clipless pedals. That's probably going to be where you'll next spend money if you already haven't spent it ahead of the wheels. Fortunately, clipless pedals are not all that expensive, but you can spend a lot of money on that as well as anything on a road bike. As for me, my approach was I wanted to take advantage of the benefit of a clipless pedal, but like my wheels, I wasn't going to overly spend on it, on the item. And my research led me to believe that a mountain bike type of clipless pedal is a little more to my liking than would be a regular road bike clipless pedal. I've discussed that in videos before, but essentially a mountain bike pedal you clip in with a slightly different configuration of clip than you do with a road bike pedal. And that clip that's attached to your shoe on a mountain bike pedal sits below the level of the sole of the shoe. So when you get off the bike and you walk, or when you stop for that matter, and put your foot down, the sole of your shoe touches the ground and not the clip pedal on the bottom of your shoe. So for me, the mountain bike technology or variation on the clipless pedals was the way I wanted to go.